evening, and welcome to the Appreciation of Beautification Awards. My name is Melissa Farley, and I'm the Public Services Manager for the City of Midland. In my role, I also serve as the City Staff Representative for the Beautification Advisory Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Parks and Recreation Commission. Each year, our committee sponsors two very important community events. The first is in spring. We hold the Make Midland Beautiful Art Celebration. For this, we have the 2nd and 6th graders create posters of what makes Midland beautiful to them. One poster is selected from each participating elementary, junior high, parochial, and charter school, and the artists are given special recognition at a city council meeting in May. Each fall, we sponsor this program, the Appreciation of Beautification Awards. Please be aware that the awards will be televised, and I've included a copy of the MCTV network schedule on the back table. Now, I'd like to invite Abby Clairhout, the chair of the Beautification Advisory Committee, up to the podium to begin this evening's festivities. Abby?
Thanks, Melissa. Hello, everyone. We're so glad to have you here tonight, celebrating your beautiful homes and businesses. We understand what it takes, and that's why the City of Midland's Beautification Advisory Committee is dedicated to finding properties like yours. We comb every single street. We also rely on our fellow neighbors to help by sending in nominations. So thank you for those who have reached out. And I would like to take a moment to introduce our committee to you tonight. Nellie Munhay, Vice Chair, Joe Koju, Future Chair, Rhonda Chapman, Erica Pena, Wayne Urgaitis, Kim Bennett, Georgina Leach, and Cindy Bancroft. And a special shout out to our city liaisons, Melissa Farley and Marcy Post. Thank you again for all you do. I would also like to invite any of you who are interested in participating in the committee to submit an application to Melissa Farley or online at the city's website. So, for our honorable mentions tonight, we see you. Keep up the great work. 1205 Crestwood, Catherine Arms. 4109 Dykeman Road, Rachel and Tim Peters. 625 Hillcrest Road, Brad and Chandra Bromley, 337 Longview Street, Mark and Vicki Gillis, 2005 West Nelson Street, Pamela Cucci, 3310 West Nelson Street, Ward and Virginia Riggett, 2305 Virginia Street, the current residents there, 5903 Wildflower Circle, Gregory Rogers. I'd like to introduce one of Midland's very own beautification champions and promoter of our city, the Honorable Madam Mayor, Maureen Donker.
I love this night. I really do. And let me just say, I did serve on this committee, and I grew up in Midland, and I really thought that I got it, that I knew this community. But this group drives every single street in the city. And once you think you know where, well, I mean, I did think I knew everything about the city, but I learned so much, and it was an amazing experience for me to serve with them and be part of that group. And so let me just say, all of you sincerely thank you for all the work that you put into this to make this night very special. And they also have one other activity that they do for children, where children, 2nd and 6th graders, they draw a picture of what Midland means to them. And they come and share that with us at City Council, and that's always another great event. So again, this is a wonderful night for me, and I want to say thank you to all of you, because certainly you do a lot to make Midland the kind of place where people want to live. You know, at the city, I think we work really hard to try and, create the kind of community that people want to live in, but certainly government cannot do it all. And what you do is something in your neighborhoods. You create a place that is beautiful, where people, come and they see it and they love where they live. And so I think that that's so important, because for us, one of the major issues that we face as a community is attraction of talent. And when people come and check us out, they kind of look at, our downtown, but then they drive our neighborhoods. And what they see is, people's homes, people's yards. And what you do in your yard, really is amazing. Hopefully it feeds your soul, but it also kind of motivates your neighbors too, to do maybe a little bit more, especially, after a night like tonight, they say, oh, Cheryl got an award. Maybe I should work a little bit harder. Maybe that's something that I can achieve also. So in 2010, there was a study that was done. It's called The Soul of the Community, Why People Love Where They Live and Why Does It Matter? And this was done by the Knight Foundation, which is a newspaper organization, and they have newspapers in 26 cities across the country. So they partnered with Gallup, and over 3 years, they surveyed 43,000 people and identified 10 attributes on why people love where they live. And consistently, the top 3 attributes were social offerings, welcoming community, and aesthetics. So aesthetics is one of the reasons why people love where they live. So this is such an important thing that you do, and we're so grateful for that. And thank you very much, and congratulations to all of you. And we certainly appreciate the work that you do and being a great citizen of our community. So now I'm going to turn it over to Georgie Leach, who's going to start out with the announcements of who's won awards tonight.
Hi, thank you, Maureen. So first up, 4612 Congress, owned by Lisa Hunkins and Joel Serva. A stunning quarter lot under a canopy of trees. Under this canopy, you will see statues and a sitting area surrounded by various ground covers, hostas, ferns, and other shade-loving plants. Amongst the lush greenery, pops of color are provided by daylilies and a Japanese maple. This corner lot is bordered by a beautiful brick wall, which seems to elevate the yard and draws your eyes into this shady stunner. Congratulations to Lisa and Joel for all of your hard work and for receiving this deserving Beautification Award. Please come up and accept your award, and feel free to say a few words if you would like.
We promise to be brief. We want to thank the committee and whoever nominated us. We don't know for sure, and that's kind of the surprise behind it. Just to be real brief, we came over from the Dow High side of town. We were ready to get out of the flood zone, and so I just wanted a pool, and this house had a pool. And Joel had previously lived in Freeland, and he had been on a part of Garden Walks because he has a beautiful skill and green thumb. And so it was just a real bonus when we saw the front yard. It's like, oh my gosh, it was already planned out. However, it had just kind of fallen a little bit to ruin in the last several years. So it was, let's bring this back and personalize it and make it ours. And it was really fun. We're empty nesters now, and so my 2 kids at Michigan State are like, instead of whining about us being gone, don't you have a garden to work on? It's like, yes, actually we do. So yeah, it's really a delight, and yeah, we're really, it was a wonderful surprise. So thank you, we appreciate that.
Next up, 4108 Dykeman Road, owned by Bruce and Susan Beckett. Another stunning corner lot where hostas abound. A quick tour. It starts with large pots of red begonias that welcome you up the front walkway, bordered by hostas, and then leading you to a full covered arbor, all before reaching the front door. The beautifully manicured lawn has a variety of colorful plantings found in 3 separate flower gardens, all of which are visible from the street on all sides of the property. In addition, are more hostas circling a beautiful crabapple tree. Just beyond this, a sitting area with a water feature where birds gather to bathe and drink. Congratulations to Bruce and Susan on your well-deserved Beautification Award. Please come up and accept your award, and feel free to say a few words.
obvious, I'm not Sue or Bruce. But I'm here in honor to receive this for them. I think Sue's hobby is her garden, and I think she does it for her neighbors and friends because she's hardly here to enjoy it. But she is a very good weed picker. I do have a chance every May to help pick out the annuals for the yard, of which there's quite a few. And I also would like to point out that they have another beautiful yard in Maui, and that's where they are tonight.
Next is 4607 Eastman Avenue, owned by Rob and Lori Webb. This property, home to an Aldenby Dow design, has had a bit of press this year and has been under the watchful eyes of many in this community. The Webbs took on a massive project in December of 2021 of restoring and bringing this Aldenby Dow design back to life. In early October of this year, the Webbs agreed to be part of the Mid-Century Modern Midland Resiliency Tour and graciously opened up their home and property to over 300 people. I happen to be one of those people, and the tour did not disappoint. The expansive front yard is host to a variety of pines, grasses, and shrubs set in a bed of black mulch, making the greenery pop. Adorning the trees and plantings are Rob's own functional metal art creations that set the tone for the mid-century modern architecture. This property is grand, not just from what you see from Eastman Road, but from all sides, and especially from the beautifully restored interior. Thank you, Rob and Lori, for bringing a piece of Midland history and Aldenby Dow design back to life for the whole community to enjoy. Congratulations on your Beautification Award. Please come up and accept.
Thank you so much to the committee, to everybody. Rob and I we've worked a lot. We took on a project that we didn't expect any of this. We just took it on because that's what the home asked for. And we did. We tried to follow the Midland, just the Midland fingerprint, and we kept whiting forest and the gardens in our mind when we chose our plants for the yard. So it's been a work in progress, still will continue, so to be continued. Thank you very much.
.803 West Ellsworth, another Corning lot and more Midland history. Home to the Pardee House, built in 1890 and now beautifully maintained and owned by Michael and Cassie Levely. This corner lot provides fantastic curb appeal and a secret garden vibe, as described by a nominee. An abundance of beautiful trees, hostas, and hydrangeas grace this yard, as well as a variety of annuals, which were planted to provide pops of color in the beds. This yard and house are both beautiful from West Ellsworth, Thrune Park, and St. Nicholas Street, and I would guess even more beautiful from that expansive front porch. Congratulations to Michael and Cassie for maintaining this historic treasure and for receiving this well-deserved Beautification Award. Please come up and accept your award and feel free to say a few words.
So this is quite an honor. I have to give full credit to the prior owners, Marcy and Ian. We've only owned this home for a couple of years. They created an amazing foundation and really a canvas, right, for me to experiment, which I am doing. This year, I actually challenged myself with hibiscus, which was very difficult, but we made it through. It was still popping color as of a few days ago, if you can believe this. So really appreciate this. Like I said, quite an honor, and thank you very much, everyone.
And on to our next committee member, Cindy Bancroft, to introduce the next four winners.
Hello, everyone. I'd also like to say that I know what an honor it is to have your properties recognized, because I know you guys all do a lot of work. And so just, it's wonderful that this city gives us a chance to look and view and honor you for all the work that you have done. I'm going to start off with 601 Hillcrest with William and Catherine Worsley. Simply charming are the words I would use to describe this front walkway, with round limestone patio that graces the front entrance with boxwoods, hydrangeas, Japanese maple, bird nest spruce, and a very large specimen of red pine, all that enhances the front yard. But oh, the Bernera must be gorgeous when it's in bloom. So I'm going to make sure I go back to your property to see what it looks like in the spring, because I have some of that in my yard and I know how magnificent it is. So congratulations on this award, and please come up and accept your, and feel free to say a few words.
Thank you. And first of all, I'm sorry my wife couldn't be here. She came down ill, and she actually is the creator of all of this. I was telling someone earlier this night there was a walkway about this big when we moved into the house. None of that was there. And she designed and basically architect the whole thing. So it all goes to her, and just sorry that she couldn't be here tonight, but thank you.
Next up is 2902 Mount Vernon, Angie and Dan Murray. I have a personal connection with Angie and Dan, as I had the great privilege of selling this home to them, oh, so many years ago. But it wasn't until I read their nomination that I realized it was the same home. The trees have grown up, and all the enhancements that both Dan and Angie have made are simply special. But let me read from John Worokomsky, thank you, nomination. This couple has improved their property annually for decades. The front lawn is lush with trees, shrubs, and many varieties of hosta and flowers. It is immaculate. You can also glimpse into their yard with numerous plantings at Hanover Street. The Murrays take great pride in their property, describing it once to him as a civic obligation, and it shows. As a former winner, John is convinced that they are worthy of both the nomination and the award, and I couldn't agree more when I went by. So, congratulations, Dan and Angie, for the hard work you have done, and please come up and accept your award, and feel free to say anything you'd like. Yeah. Oh, I know. That
would be great. Thank you to the committee and I guess the Worokomskys for nominating us. It's certainly an honor to receive this award. I don't think any of us do this work to receive an award. We just enjoy getting outside in the short summers and gardening, and it's a good opportunity for us to meet our neighbors, people walking by, and just it's a great hobby, and we certainly enjoy it. So again, thank you to the committee, and thank you everyone. Take care.
Next up, 2209 Norwood. No. Forgive me. I had a long travel day today. 2903 Mount Vernon, Bill and Nancy Humphrey. What struck me about the Humphreys' yard was their immaculately kept shade beds sweeping across their front yard. The beds are outlined with rock, including an intriguing pathway that leads to the backyard, which draws us in. We want to see more. There are nooks and crannies waiting to be explored. Their yard is beautifully done. Congratulations on the hard work you did, and please come up and accept this award and make any statement you'd like.
Thank you. What an honor. Like Dan said, we don't do this for the award, we do it for the enjoyment. And of course, we live right across the street from the brewery, so we get to enjoy their beautiful yard as well. Thank you to the committee, thank you to who nominated us, we appreciate it. And we'd also like to recognize Dan Wallace and the Wallace Landscaping crew for all of their help. They do all of our maintenance and special projects. Those rocks.
Now we move on to 2209 Norwood. Is Laura here? You're over here. Wonderful. I want to tell you the hydrangeas that splash across your property make you stop and admire when driving by. Then the Japanese maple, the Norwegian pine that stand as sentinels, which continue to draw you in. Kathy also has made a great use of the corner lot by planting a beautiful garden of hostas, rhododendrons, flowering cherry, and a beech tree surrounded by rock border, all under a beautiful canopy of natural trees. Please come up and accept this award for the hard work you put forward.
The credit actually goes to the Altamore family. I didn't plan any of that stuff. I bought it just the way it was. I just maintain it. That's all I do. So, and thanks to my neighbor for the nomination, Gary. Thanks.
And now I'd like to ask our next committee member to come up, which is Nellie, and she'll begin to present. Thank you, Nellie.
Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. The first property that I will be presenting today is 4012 Sudbury Court. It's owned by Michael and Joy Marchioni. Michael and Joy lost a large Norway maple in the front yard and decided to make the most of their loss. Their former shade garden was updated with sun-loving plants such as tulips and daffodils in the spring, and peonies, hydrangeas, and Asian lilies to help make their yard colorful throughout the growing season. They achieved a variety of textures by planting a Japanese maple, a burning bush, and a pink blooming rose of Sharon. The centerpiece of the updated yard is a lovely tricolored beech that helps provide filtered sunlight to the plantings. Michael and Joy have very lovingly updated and maintained this gorgeous home. Congratulations. Please come up and accept your award.
I'd like to thank the committee for the nomination. I never expected this. And also whoever nominated us. This has been a very work in progress for us. We lost that maple and it was all shade. And then we've turned it into a sun area, which is, the plants I love. And I'm constantly looking for new plants to put in. I've not been in fact, what I have done is sometimes pinched off a plant that I maybe go to somebody else's yard and did. But I'm sure all you gardeners know that that's a practice we all undergo. So, but I enjoy gardening. That's my mental health time. And I thank you all.
The next home is 5808 Sutton Place, owned by James and Kate Nigro. I have known Jim and Kate since my very early days in Midland. They've recently retired and are likely spending some of that time making their yard more beautiful, and it shows. The front yard is mostly shade, so they were challenged to find plants to help make their yard interesting and colorful with the small amount of sun that they receive. This was a great year for the perennials, including the ornamental alliums, variegated sedgegrass, sedum, hydrangea, and hostas, so they were more robust and full than they've been in years past. Annuals were added around the border to help bring in color, to the hardy mainstays of the yard, and pots and hanging baskets also help to welcome visitors as they approach this gracious home. Congratulations, Jim and Kate. It's my honor to present you with this award.
There's a story. Thank you, Nellie. You know, I walk around this beautiful town a lot, and you'll sometimes find me stopping and staring at yards that I think are really extraordinary and really lovely, and I'm envious. And to think that the committee came to my yard and stopped and found it worthy of admiring and giving us this award is really over the top. I'm pretty thrilled. We're both really thrilled. Especially because I'm more known in our neighborhood as the lazy, grumpy gardener. I'm grumpy because I don't have enough sun. I'm grumpy because there's too much shade. I'm grumpy because the deer are eating my daylilies. I'm grumpy because I have to weed it. And I'm grumpy because I have found my husband cutting down my hydrangeas thinking he's helping me weed. But he does an excellent job keeping the yard tidy, and especially very anal with the grass. So it's definitely a partnership. And I also have to give a shout out. I have a neighbor, Trudy Duteau, two doors down. She's an incredible gardener, and she's the one that cheers me on and gives me advice. And so I'm just lucky that this year, the way the sun and the trees moved, we got enough sun that I could get some color, and things just sort of came together this year. So thank you all for this recognition. It was really a surprise, and we're really tickled. So thank you.
The next home is 2307 Virginia Street. It's owned by Pete and Carrie Buffa. This well-kept home on Virginia Street is owned by Pete and Carrie Buffa, but as Pete acknowledges, most of the credit goes to Carrie, as she spends many hours tending her tidy garden. The flowered boxes and hydrangea add a nice pop of color and coordinate nicely with the red shutters and front door. The lush green grass and ornamental trees are very graphic and clean. This home stands out as a gem of the neighborhood. Pete and Carrie are not able to attend, but we'd like to extend their congratulations. And the next one is 3021 Whitewood. It's owned by James and Caroline Travis. A wonderful border of hostas surrounds the cute ranch home of James and Caroline Travis. The large flower bed in the front helps to frame in the yard and is filled with the varying textures and colors of ornamental grasses and lilies. Small boulders help bring that Michigan feel, and their gray color coordinates with the siding of the house to draw the eye around the property. The large trees add privacy and height, as well as shade to the home. Congratulations to James and Caroline. Unfortunately, they were also unable to attend. I would like to invite Erica Pena up to do the remainder of the awards.
Okay, good evening. I'm going to start with 412 Ashman Street, the office of Robert E. Bourne. He is the owner as well. Robert shows pride in his business through the upkeep of his lot, which is centrally located to our downtown. The pop of red bloom shines bright amongst the asphalt parking lot. Bold blooms and pots liven up this busy street. Teresa Reynolds is the garden whisperer who designs the layout, plants, and maintains the beautiful shrubs and blooms. Christopher Bartlett handles the lawn care. And you just can't go wrong with the big American flag they usually have out with the red and the pops of colors. I don't know if they had a representative come here tonight. I didn't see one. But we will deliver their award this week. Okay, next we have 314 Northgate Drive, which is Northgate Precision Dental, owned by Jeffrey DeLude and Karen Bartling Gifford. This dental office is surrounded by well-tended plantings that fill every inch surrounding their building. There's a quaint employee break area that has containers spilling with annuals, and their back fence line has art and garden ornaments tucked sweetly between hostas, shrubs, and blooming perennials. This is the place for pollinators and wildlife. The diversity of plants ranging from lilies, catmint, grasses, alliums, and more. Keep a continuous show from the spring to the fall. Do have a quick comment. Karen's here, but I did want everyone to know that I want her to talk a little more about it, but she has some varieties back there called for toothache, a toothache plant and yarrow, which have been used for dental pain. They also are very supportive. The owner is very supportive of ongoing efforts in the garden. They grow tomatoes in the side bed for staff to snack on. And they also overwinter the cannabulbs and give them to patients in the spring. And they credit a lot of this help from MSU Extension Master Gardening Program. Please come up and accept your award and have a remark.
Humbled to receive the award, so thank you very much to the committee. Yes, the toothache plant, you chew on it and it numbs your mouth, and that was really interesting. We tried that last year, and the yarrow as well. You chew on the root and it has a numbing effect. So we had that by the front door last year in case we weren't open and someone had a tooth issue. There wasn't. We need a label for next year. Anyway, thank you so much.
Okay. Our next property is 2711 West Wackerly, Nash Dermatology, owners Jennifer Nash and Chelsea Hutoff. And they're not here tonight, but Nash Dermatology moved into the space a few years ago, and they've really kept up the beautiful landscaping. Tall grasses and lilies surround the sign, welcoming you to the street. Hydrangeas and more lilies flank the exterior foundation and pathway. The property is homey and welcoming. They wanted to add attractive landscaping in a building design that was professional and unique. So with the help of talented architects and landscapers, they created a beautiful exterior with many trees, shrubs, and plants around the property. We'll make sure they get their award. And then our last property, 1100 Adams. The original owners, John and Cheryl Roston, are here. This is also a special recognition. I'm going to let them elaborate on it, but the charming property can be viewed from all sides as it's surrounded by public walkways. Glimpses of arbors, garden ornamentation, and containers all enhance the beautiful plantings that fill every nook and cranny of this yard. The owner lives near Adams School, so words of encouragement for reading and small scavenger hunt in the alley nestled amongst the lush perennials take this to a whole nother level. It's a great place to stop in and take in all the views, and the special recognition is for the pathway that they created for the children. And I believe you were a teacher as well, and if you want to come get your award and give us a little more insight, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this award. I think it's increasingly a rare thing to be the original owners of a home. And 1100 Adams, our story is from choosing the lot, finding a builder. Adams at one time was supposed to go through to Swede, and it didn't because of Claremont coming through. At one time, there was a woods behind us until the Catholic Church sold that property and turned it into a lovely neighborhood. Many changes have happened, and somehow 55 years have gone by. And the changes, and Joy and I were talking about this, when you have been with one piece of property all that time, there are a lot of things that you do differently as time goes by. Trees grow, trees get cut down. And one of the biggest changes for us was to have the public path go alongside our property that now goes back into that neighborhood of where Whispering Oak and the 3 courts are behind us. So we decided to take advantage of the fact that we have lots of children going to Adams School every single day, walking by our house and enjoying the John's diabetes service dog as well. And so that's why the children's gardens came about. And Another passion in life besides gardening, I am very much into literacy, and so that's why we create a little garden. I call it the Be a Reader garden because that's what the sign says. And every little person or animal is reading a book in that garden, and the kids do notice it. So we thank you so much for this honor. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming tonight. Keep up the great work, and to reiterate what our mayor said earlier, you are a big part of the reason of what makes Midland such a great and beautiful place to live. And a final shameless plug to join our committee or send us those nominations. Thank you all, and congratulations on your awards.